Greetings everyone and welcome to another Orb Composer tutorial brought to you by Hexachords. I'm Benjamin and in this video we're going to be going over quickly the new orchestral template and how simplified it is. It is much more simpler than it used to be. Before we had all these other instruments like alto flutes and bass flutes and cymbassos and things that nobody really used. But now we have much more simplified piccolo, flute, oboe, cor anglais, clarinet, bass clarinet, bassoon, trumpets, horns, trombone, bass trombone, tuba, harp, violins, one violin, two, viola, cello, double basses, and two pianos. And so this is a lot more simplified and a lot more user-friendly for your average composer. I think you'll find it to be a lot more useful. Now, previously in the iterations of Orb Composer, there were dozens of articulations for each instrument, and now we've sort of narrowed that down to just about 5 or 6 articulations. So articulations that will be chosen by Orb Composer are going to be mostly staccato or spiccato for strings, and tenutos, marcatos, tremolos also for strings, and legato, sustained or longs, and that's about it. So there's really not much else. I think tenutos as well. So you don't have to worry about all these other articulations anymore. Now it's just sort of narrowed down to just a few articulations. Much simpler, much easier to work with, and a lot less complication overall. And also in previous versions of the orchestral templates, there was a lot of issues with like getting clarinets, where the clarinets would play chords or the horns would play block chords, and they would have like 5 polyphony. You're never going to see that ever again. Now you're only going to see like 2 polyphony, which is much more common in like horn lines, for example. So for a horn line to have 2 polyphony, you can have horns play 3, because usually you have 6 horns in an orchestra, so you can do that, yeah. But for the most part, 2 is going to be about your average split for most orchestrations. And so it's a lot more intelligent in the way it selects things for the orchestral template. So what I'm going to do is, just as a test to show you really quick, I did in a previous video a 10-minute challenge, right? I attempted to create a track in under 10 minutes, and it didn't really go very well. With Orb Composer 1.5, I can create a track, probably a usable track, in probably under 2 minutes. So let's start. 2 minutes on the clock. I'm going to set the tempo to 80 beats per minute. I'm going to go for D minor, of course. And then we're going to go for 4/4, and we're going to go ahead and drop in a theme block. We're going to drop in a theme variation. We're going to change the melody here, and we're going to drop in another theme block, and we're going to end it here at the end with a nice ending. We're going to go ahead and start off very light and very light with our dynamics. We're going to grow here a little bit to be a little bit more intense, and we're going to have a max intense version right here at the very top right here, and then we're going to start coming back down and then end very quietly. And we're going to change our spacing to kind of match that intensity line as well. So we're going to go ahead and change our space, which edits how many notes, how dense the notes are, how dense the instruments are. You'll see there's fewer instruments here than there is here. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here and kind of draw that line down to almost nothingness. And then we're going to go ahead and look at these chords. The chord progressions actually look pretty decent right off the bat. I'm really unhappy with most of those. I do see a diminished chord in one of these somewhere. I'm not a big fan of the diminished chords in most templates. So one thing I am going to change is the density. I'm going to raise the density for all of these to be a little bit more. And then kind of bring it down here a little bit, and then towards the end we'll change it. So let's take a listen to what Orb Composer has created. I think I was able to get that in under 2 minutes. So let's see what we have here. that diminished chord. So it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than what Orb Composer used to spit out randomly, and I think this is definitely workable. Like, I could pull this out and kind of take out some of these ideas, maybe regenerate some of them, like regenerate a block completely and see what it comes up with, and, you know, kind of mess with it like that. And like, because the middle block here, I didn't really like it. Yeah, that's much more workable, but I didn't even really do anything. I just hit the button to change everything for the block, and that's it. I didn't have to do much of anything. And that kind of brings us to our next video. And that's it for this video. I really want to thank you for watching. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, give us a like. And if you want to get your copy of Orb Composer, click the Buy Now button on the screen. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.